Okay, so we had reached maximum file size of the video, and I guess it was like 32 minutes or so, so I just stopped and restarted again.
Yeah. So looking at clearance, there's sufficient clearance for equipment accessibility. So all around the mill, you can access it. Obviously, if you're working on the mill, you can raise it to a different position, and then lock it out and work on it there if needed. And then there's covers on the right and left side of the machine that can be removed for accessibility. Mark that. Weld finish. All external welds finished with no sharp edges, pits, or crevices. So I kind of looked at this a little bit already, but again, the finish on the machine is really nice. A lot of care put into the welds. It's hard to find anything that it's hard to find any dirt on it, but just looking for any spots where my fingernail catches here. So I'm going to mark that. All the external welds look good. No sharp edges, pits, or crevices. And then the general appearance of the machine, I'm sure you've noticed, it looks really good. Looks really sharp. Really good finish on pretty much everything. Up and down the whole machine. Okay, moving on to electrical wiring inspection. The electrical diagram, control panel has been fabricated according to the specifications and drawings, and then labels, all wires, airlines, and components are labeled. Just gonna shut off power again. One more time, we're going to the electrical panel. Inside, yeah, we're just checking. The control panel has been fabricated according to the specifications and drawings. So again, we have the electrical schematic, and every component inside of the control panel is labeled. The PLC, power supply, all the fuses, and while I'm thinking of it, I'm gonna grab the electrical schematic and put it back in the panel. As I mentioned before, that schematic's also in the user manual, so you've got your QR code on the nameplate if you need to get a digital copy of that. Control panel has been fabricated according to the specifications and drawings. All labels, everything in the panel's labeled, all the wires, all the airlines. Okay, now we're going on to operational testing.
Yay.
Yeah.
Let's make things move.
Yeah, so connect the power cable to the voltage source. So that actually already happened when I turned on the disconnect, but you notice you turn on the disconnect, the reset button on the lift is flashing. That indicates that the safety relay is not engaged. So the same thing happens if you hit the e-stop button. So you press the reset button. I think I hit the reset button on the HMI as well while we were walking around.
Oh, we got to boot up.
Yeah, so let this boot up, and there is a message on the HMI. There's a banner message that'll tell you which reset button is pressed. So this message says emergency stop button pressed below HMI. So I'm going to pull this guy out and push reset. And now the safety gates, safety relays close. On the lift itself, you see the reset buttons illuminate. That means the machine's ready to run. Again, if you hit the e-stop, that flashes. Pull the e-stop out, hit reset. It's good. It's ready to run. So connected power, pull the e-stop out. Okay, so in the user manual, there's usernames and passwords to log anyone to do anything on the HMI. You have to log in. I'm just gonna look up an operator password. Not give away. Maybe you can just take the camera off the screen for a second while I type in the password.
Okay. Secret.
Alright, logged in. So there's three access levels: operators, maintenance, and supervisors. So operators can run kind of all the basic functions of the lift. They can't really change any settings or really change how the sequences run. Maintenance has access to a maintenance screen, so they can change a lot more. And then the highest level supervisor, they have access to a supervisor screen, which lists all the alarms that have happened as the machine's running. And supervisors can also, I think technically the login name is actually admin, but admins can change passwords on the ME screen, add other users, that kind of thing. So they have like full access to everything. So we're gonna run kind of as an operator. We've logged in. So we're gonna load material into the lift. So the lift has a scale on it. So as you're gonna see, as we load material, I guess we already have, if we had an empty drum, I would tear it. But we have a lot of material in our drum. We don't really have any way to empty it.
Right, and we did tear it. You want to just make a note of that then?
Yeah, I'm just making it.
I don't know, would that be considered an exception? Because we did tear it, it's just not on the video.
Right. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna write pass.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. So from the main screen of the lift, the lift can be operated from the switch on the back. You can move the lift up and down to the load or discharge position, or you can do everything on the screen. See, first step here, press the clamp drum button without a drum in the cradle, which we've already done. I'll unclamp it, clamp it. So you see the drum cradle raises up, stops. At this point, since there's no weight on the machine, I'm gonna zero it. So the next item that you hit, I'm gonna clear the tear. Hit clear tear, the weight went up. That was the tear weight of the drum. I think it was about 7 kilograms. So after you press clear tear, you can zero the scale. You can't zero the scale. You can't zero the scale if it's teared, because you kind of have the weight of the drum already applied. So now that we've cleared the tear, I'm going to hit zero scale. So the weight displayed goes to 0. The scale is 0. There's no drum on it. So if I had an empty drum, I would unclamp it, putting in the imaginary empty drum. That's expensive tablet. So you see we've got 0.8 kilograms on there. So pretend that's a drum. That's the weight of the drum. You hit tear. Weight goes to 0. So that's how you would account for the weight of the drum. So now that 0.8 kilograms is accounted for. Catch up on the paperwork here. So I went to the lift screen, close the drum cradle, clear tear, 0 scale, unclamp drum, tear. So now we're going to load the drum that we're actually going to be discharging, the white drum, supplied by Pfanstiehl. Rounds our muscle. Press the clamp drum button. So the drum fits appropriately in the cradle. And then the drum tray rises, clamping the drum securely in the cone with no gaps around the edge. You'll see obviously when the machine flips over, and no powder falls out, it'll be obvious that there's no gaps, but it does make a good seal. If the drum isn't quite centered, it'll slide a little bit on this on the drum tray and kind of center itself as it's clamping. So now we're going to discharge this drum into the blue drum over there. I'm going to press move lift to discharge position. From the lift screen. Lift automatically lifts, inverts, and screws it while you lose a little bit of power. It's just whatever was left over from the last time I had the machine. So it's raised to the slewing height. It's inverted the drum fully. Now it's slewing over to the discharge position. Finally, it's going to lower to the discharge height. So it's going to lower a little bit into below the stainless plate on it.
I'll move the plate.
Yeah. So I don't know if you want to record this, Pat, but
Yeah, may as well, right?
there is feedback. So what happened is I guess the plate moved a little bit.
Yeah, the plate actually seems.
Oh, it's taking out the back.
Oh yeah, the plate moved a lot. We must
I
have
may
moved
have bumped
by
it
hand.
when I walked by.
Yeah, we were
Oops,
walking
sorry.
around. Yeah, it's like way out of the way.
So
But there
well,
is,
let's demonstrate what we do, in this case.
Yeah.
So it saved it, hardly touched the
There is
plate.
Yeah, there's feedback. So the lift saw that there was unexpected force as it was moving, and it generated an error. Collision detected by scale during operation. The lift stopped. So what I'm going to do, you got an error message here. That just means kind of the same thing as the alarm message that you can see on the supervisor screen. So that's logged there. Collision detected. So I'm going to press the reset button. Enable manual control, jog the lift up.
And you have to do it twice.
Yeah, you have to
I've
do
crashed it
twice.
several times.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's detected a large change in weight again.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna hit the reset button again. That's just the weight coming back off of it.
You just press log out.
Yeah, I logged out accidentally.
Oh, I'm gonna pan the camera away.
That's gonna protect the admin password.
Yep.
Alright. Log back in. Enable manual control. Jog lift up. So we're coming back off, and you see we were way off. We must have
Yeah.
nudged the plate as we were
Sorry about that.
going there. That's kind of demonstrates the functionality of the sensitivity of the lift. So I'm just going to move down to the discharge position fully. So if you,
Right.
yeah, so we're
So
at,
the position's right. We're 215.2
yeah, that's what
within
we,
0.2 of a degree.
yeah, that's what we have programmed.
So that we were like half a degree off.
Yeah, yeah.
Oops. Because somebody moved the
Yeah.
plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might have been me, knocked it, yeah. So we're okay after that little detour. We're
Right.
at the discharge position. So I'm gonna mark the lift raised, move there.
Now that's not an exception, is it? When the
Yeah.
plate out of position? I don't think it's
Yeah.
really an exception.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna mark it as that.
No. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's go.
Kind of what it's supposed to do. So that was the fun part, automatically discharging material from the lift. So from the main screen, already did this, you press the discharge screen button. This is the automatic discharge screen. The top display is the amount of material that's in the drum that you just loaded. And then the bottom graph is, once you start the auto discharge sequence, this will update. John just turned on the dust collector, so we're gonna pull material out. And let's see. So you press the weight to discharge button, enter the weight that you wish to discharge in kilograms. So I'm gonna go with 10. And then the weight that you're gonna discharge is displayed there, 10 kilograms. I'll change it to 11, just for demonstration. So back to 10. And then occasionally, once the discharge sequence finishes, there'll be a reset button here. In this case, we've already reset it. So the next step is to press the start auto discharge button. So you ready, Pat?
Yep. Mill word up. Rotary valve is going. We're discharging material, sucking up the dust. The rotary valve in view. And then this is kind of the key area here. 7 kgs are out now. And we settled in at minus 0.9. We're over. That's a little unusual. We've been hitting it pretty much dead nuts every time. Yeah, anyway.
That's the discharge sequence. I have some more videos of that you can show.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm going to hit the reset button. That's how you reset the sequence. And then we're back to the initial weight. If we wanted to run another discharge, you just go through the same sequence. There is, so I think that kind of covers everything. So we hit start discharge. The other item here on the FAT, there is a vibe motor. So that'll clean out the mill. So I'm going to hit run vibrator. Stop vibrator. That's to clean out any material. And then in addition to that, this is a setting that can be programmed, but I'm going to, as we run the lift back to the load position, it's going to run the vibrator automatically for a few seconds. So mark these items.
Yeah, should we shut off the dust collector? Or are you going to run it again?
You can shut it off for now.
Yeah, yeah, you want to kill it? So we're at about 20 minutes now. I'm going to shut it off again at
Okay.
30 and start over.
I think we're getting pretty close.
Oh, are we going to make it in 10
there's
minutes?
only like 2
Okay, never mind then.
So now we're going to bring the lift back to the load position.
to get you a shot.
Back to the lift screen. I'm going to hit move to load position. That's the vibrator running. So that's a setting. You can run the vibrator when the lift lifts back to the load position. In case you forget to run it manually, it'll run automatically. And the lift is now it's slewing back to the load position. Once it gets slewed over here, it's going to lower and invert simultaneously. Back up to the lead position. Back, so at this point you're unplanting your drone. Drone tray lowers, releasing the drone. So there's just one more section. The safety functions of the lift. Just going to demonstrate the emergency stop functionality. So I'm going to go ahead and clamp this down. Now we're moving to the discharge position. I'm going to press emergency stop. See, it kind of shuddered. That was like a hard stop, emergency stop. I guess you could call it a panic stop. The lift stopped as quick as it could. Generated an alarm, emergency stop during operation. So to recover from that, you close the alarm, pull the stop back out, and then press the reset button to reset the safety relay. I'm going to keep moving to the discharge position. After you stop the lift once, it's kind of in dead man mode. So if I let my hand off of the discharge position button, the lift stops. And that's also a setting on the main screen. You can require the lift to only move when someone's holding the switch in the discharge position button. So we'll see how we do. We should have our discharge point position. I can walk over and get a close up. Very accurate.
Yeah, it's exactly where it was.
Yeah. Yep.
And nobody moved the plate.
So, yeah, nobody bumped in there at that time. So the one final, the second to last emergency stop function. I'm going to go to the discharge screen, start auto discharge, and then I'm going to hit the e-stop button during the auto discharge, and the discharge sequence stops. So that's another, if you're running the auto discharge sequence, either e-stop button will stop it. I'm kind of tempted to run another. You want to just run another?
You want to run another?
Yeah,
Sure.
So while we're here, I'll run another discharge. So I'm going to hit start auto discharge.
Dusty material. Oh, we don't have the, we didn't put our dust collector on. It's been a long day, we're getting a little punchy. Now it's on. Alright.
So now we hit our target weight within 0.1 kilograms. That delay, it runs the mill a little bit after you hit your target to clean it out, and that's our accuracy for that run.
Which is typical.
Yeah, 0.1 kilograms. So I'm going to bring the lift back to load position. When I hit load, vibrator runs automatically to try to get some of any material that's still in the mill to drop out.
So we got 4 more minutes on this, so we're good though, right? Is that all you got it is?
There's just one more, the safety gate open.
We don't have a safety gate though. You just gonna pull the jumper out?
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
I don't know if we have time to do that, but
You have 4 minutes. Go. The post material handling reality TV. You don't have to shut that off to open it though, right? So what do we? What's the test do?
Final safety test.
While it's running, or we just?
I was just gonna pull it out.
Okay,
and
all right.
see. So we have both our safety relays here, hardware safety relays. They're energized for right now. I'm just gonna demonstrate that pulling out the emergency or this is an external safety gate to be provided by Pfanstiehl, but right now it's just a jumper. I'm just gonna pull one of those wires out, and we'll see the safety relays open up. So you'll hear a click when I pull this wire out, and there it is. And then if we look at the safety relays, both dark, and then
will it run?
got a message on the screen: safety gate open. We can't reset the safety relays, and obviously it won't run. So all the buttons, all functionality is disabled.
And you can hook up a safety laser scanner, or whatever you want to this.
Yeah, any kind of safety gate. Yeah.
Okay. Got 2 minutes, 40 seconds left. Come on, Phil. You can do it.
Yeah. So we had 2 deviations. 1, 2. First deviation was.
Is that the possible pinch point?
Yeah.
Right.
There's possible pinch
And the second
point.
one was the color on the
Color
magnet,
on
right?
The magnet. Yeah. Yep. So. Possible pinch point on drum cradle.
Take your time. I can restart it and we can splice it back together. 20, or you got 2 minutes.
And then we're gonna, I guess, ask Pfanstiehl if we ask customer
Right.
if we.
Should we put a sticker on there?
And then the second one was the finish on the magnet separator.
Yeah. I mean, the finish is good. It's the color.
Oh,
it's
right,
the
the
like it's a
discoloration.
heat mark.
Yeah.
It's a heat color. And fabrication will get that off in the morning. I mean, it's just a little Scotch Brite. I think he's just going to hit it with Scotch Brite.
Yeah.
Take him like 2 minutes, if that. It's very difficult to weld magnetic assemblies. Very tricky. With the plasma jet, the magnetic flux pulls the
I was gonna say, as it
plasma.
it's pulling it into the magnet. Yeah, it's gonna be.
Yeah.
But that's not my job. It's gonna
Right.
be pretty tough.
All right. So is that everything?
Yeah, that's everything. I'm just gonna mark this section.
Oh, you got 40 seconds left. Oh, what are you gonna do?
I was just gonna mark what
Oh,
section
okay.
these came from. If I can do it in 40
I
seconds.
think it went to 31 minutes or something. It said a half hour, but it went to 31 minutes last time.
Section E. Section 9, 1, 2, 3. So
All right.
that concludes the FAT. Once these two items get resolved, we'll finish the final approval. Again, this is Phil, Post Material Handling. Pat's got the camera. Thank you.
Good day.